welcome. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. Do you know that you're in the midst of rare air? We do have Miss America 2003, right? So we will acknowledge that. But do you know that only 13.1% of the US population actually holds a PhD? And do you know that only 1/2% of black women hold PhDs? Yeah? That's me. Do you also know that I've never started a presentation so bold? Thanks for cheering. I'm usually quite humble, especially about my accomplishments. I never want people to feel bad or feel less or think that I did things the right way. But I get asked all the time, how do you do it? Why do you do it? And how do you do it so positively? And oftentimes, I think I hold my answers in because I don't want other people to know, or I don't think that they necessarily care. But there's reasons for the things that I do. Very good reasons that are purposeful and very intentional. You see, I take the following phrase to heart: to whom much is given, much is required. And if you don't know that one, maybe you know this one: with great success comes great responsibility. And if that doesn't ring a bell, maybe if you're a Spider-Man fan, right? With great power comes great responsibility. Don't get me wrong, that feeling of responsibility can get heavy. Some of you might have heard me say at a recent school board meeting, to my other school board members back there, that I was tired and exhausted. My mom, one of the wisest and funniest women that I know, listened to my week's happenings, and I said something to her in an exasperated voice: I have to go to the school board meeting this week. She only looked at me and said, no, you get to go. In that moment, I realized she was right, so right, as she always is. I don't have to go, I get to go. So, here's 5 things, 5 secrets. They're not 5 secrets anymore because I'm telling you. About how I do what I do, why I do what I do, and what I need to do it all positively. The first one is knowing my story. How many of you actually know your story? Right? I spent $40,000 and extra, right, on therapy. I got my master's in human development counseling, and that was my therapy. So that entire 2 years, all I did was reflect on my life and my story over and over and over. From that time, I realized that my past affects my present. The more that you learn about me, the more that you know my story, it helps you understand me. Not just why education, specifically public education, is important to me, but also how I vote, and why I vote, and whom I vote for, what causes I support. You see, I'm the great-granddaughter of a Mexican immigrant who migrated from Michoacan. He didn't teach us Spanish, I wish he did, to Danville, Illinois, by a train with his uncle at the age of 9. I'm also the granddaughter of a black sharecropper who came to Decatur, Illinois. She was my best friend in high school. She shut up. We ran together. Came to Decatur during the Great Migration in the 1960s, when black families left the South to come north for better opportunities for their families. I had one grandmother complete high school. None of the others made it past 8th grade. Why did they need to? A laboring job, as there were many factories in Decatur, would be their occupation. My father is one of 11 siblings. He was a first-generation college student and the only one to actually graduate from college. My mom had me at the age of 20, putting any college plans on hold, promising my grandpa that in time she would go back. I love my mom, and I'm so proud to say that at the age of 54, the ripe age of 54, she completed her bachelor's. Right? I'm sure my grandpa knew. I'm the oldest of 3 girls. I went on and completed a bachelor's at Illinois Wesleyan. You heard about my master's, and then I went and did a PhD here at the University of Illinois. My middle sister started at Lakeland Community College on a volleyball scholarship and soon transferred to the Air Force and is excelling. And I'm proud to say that she also recently completed her bachelor's degree. And my youngest sister earned a full ride scholarship to Bradley University and is still one of the most talented basketball players that I know. If you can't tell, education is a huge part of my story. But my accomplishments and my success are intertwined with that of my family. I can't talk about my own without mentioning them. I am because they are. In our family story, education changed us. It has literally changed our family's trajectory. And because of that, places an enormous responsibility on me to share that and impact others positively. It started with my dad, now it's up to my two sisters and I to pass it on along to our families, to let them know. I've literally seen what education can do, and I want more for myself and more for my family.